Well, hi, everybody. I hope you're doing great. I am really excited to show you what we've been up to in PE class this week. If you're a remote student, I'd like you to try all these stations in some format, even if you have to adjust equipment a little bit, or if you have to adjust maybe where you're doing the activities a little bit. I'd love for you to practice all these things. If there's something on here that really appeals to you, I want you to do it a lot. Explore it, get better at it. All of the things that we're doing in class can be done at home as well as in school. So give them a try. You might need to pull in a brother, sister, mom, dad with you to do some of them just for to make it a little bit easier. But you can also do a lot of this using just a wall. So first, I want to show you what our stations are. And I'm going to get out of your way here. There we go. Let me show you these stations first. So we have the following stations. Station number 1, the bottom left, has 2 kids who are rolling the ball to each other. They're seated on the ground. Kindergartners, first grade, maybe second. This is a good thing to do. Sit on the ground and roll that ball. If you're an older student, I'd like you to pick that ball up, lean back a little bit as you're seated, and chest pass that ball to a wall or a person quickly so that you're engaging your abdominal muscles at the same time you're pushing and catching that ball away from you and back to you. Station number 2 has to do with passing the ball. Stop my clock here. It's passing the ball. We have 2 different playground balls that we're using inside the gym. You can use any ball as long as one of them, as they both bounce. That's going to be important for this drill. But you need another person for this. If you don't have another person, you'll just have one ball and you practice off of a wall, these 2 types of passes. But if you have another person, one person bounce passes the ball. At the same time, the other partner passes a ball in the air, a chest pass. So you're going to pass and then immediately catch a ball over and over and over. See how good you get. Station 3, it's called windshield wiper, soccer, or pepper. The A person down there in the bottom has a soccer ball. They're going to kick it to B, who immediately kicks it back to A. A then kicks to C, back to A, to D, back to A, to E, back to A, to B, back to A. You get the picture. Now, if you have 1 or 2 people you're working with, you're not going to have all these people to kick to, so you just go back and forth. If you don't have any people to work with, then you just kick off a wall. The key to success on this is using the instep of your foot. So using that inside of your foot to kick the ball against the wall if you're there or to your partners, that's going to help you direct the ball under control with a little bit of speed. It also helps you in stopping the ball. Section 4 has a picture of something called a nuclear ball. I know, however, that most of my students don't have a nuclear ball at home, so we've substituted this station with a paddle and a tennis ball. Here you can use the paddle and the tennis ball, hit the ball up, bounce the ball off the paddle, bounce the ball off the ground, hit the ball off a wall. You can do all kinds of things using a paddle and a tennis ball. If you don't have a paddle, use a piece of wood. There's something called a trivet. Maybe you can use that. Trivet's a thing that you might put a hot plate on in a kitchen. So use something, and if you have nothing else, use your hand to practice a paddle hitting the ball. Section number 5. This one is ring toss in PE class. We hollowed out some of our frisbees and we're using some cones. And so we're tossing the frisbees onto the cones. You can vary the distance that you toss that frisbee. Throw from maybe 10 feet, throw from maybe 15 feet. If you don't want to ruin a frisbee, I don't blame you. Don't cut the hole in the middle of the frisbee. You don't need a cone. You just go take your frisbee outside into a yard or a space where you have a little bit of working room, maybe 15 or 20 feet. Put a stick on the ground and try and throw the frisbee onto the stick. Section 6. This is fun. It's a form of garbage ball. You have a bouncing ball and you have 2 garbage cans or buckets. You stand a little bit apart from a partner. You can do this all by yourself too. But you're going to toss the ball, make it bounce 1 time, sometimes 2, and see if it'll bounce into the bucket. Section 7 over there is working on a bounce pass by bouncing the ball In our case, we're using a basketball, but you could use a playground ball, a tennis ball, any kind of ball. Bouncing a ball into a hula hoop, and then having your partner catch it on one bounce. Now, if you don't have a hula hoop, that's fine. Draw a circle on the ground, use a little area of the cement. You can practice that. But every time you complete a pass, take a half step back. Section number 8. This is called Beanbag Defense. Each person stands inside a circle, or a hoop in this case. They're about 10 feet apart. And then the person with the bag is going to try and throw that bag into the ring, the hoop, of their opponent. Now, their opponent, who's playing defense, can knock the bag away with their body. They can catch the bag so that it can't fall inside the hoop. They can do anything to try not to let their partner score a point. But the partner who's trying to score a point might want to use some fake-out moves and distract their partner. This makes this game a lot of fun. Now, I want to show you what it looks like in class. So excuse me while I pull that up real quick. These are some of our second grade students, and here's what's going on in class. This is the ring toss. Back in the back is paddles. Over here are the buckets, where we're tossing the ball into the bucket using a bounce. Some of our kids tried to get it to go in using a throw, and that can work. The bounce is just a little more fun, I think. Over there, we have the basketball toss. It's waiting for some friends. There they go. They're rotating now. And then we have over in the middle of the gym, the soccer going. And we have the seated passing. And we've got the playground ball, the two people passing two balls at the same time. And then in the very far right corner over there, that is our section with the beanbag defense. So this is what it looks like in our gym, and you can practice any and all these things at home. I'd encourage you to do it. It's a really great thing to do. Thanks for listening. Have a lot of fun doing these activities. Play a lot, play as much as you can. Have a great time.